Welcome back, my friends, to another unsolicited and uneducated football analysis by your friend David Valentin. This time we're going to be reviewing where we are on the table as of August 16th. As you can see, Orlando City is right here in the fourth position, starting the week in the second position. Orlando City did not play this week, had the week off. So as of right now, it stays with 30 points, 18 games played. That's 2 points away from New England Revolution. And um, I equaling games with New York City. As you guys know, New York City and Orlando played in Leagues Cup this past week, but New York City got to play in the weekend. They won their game. Nashville won it. They won their game, and this is where we are, my friends. Unfortunately for Orlando City, we fall, not to no fault of our own, because we did not play, but this is the conditions of basically having these injuries. Down on the table, Columbus and Montreal, who were acting as a stopgap for the teams below, are not so much now. Columbus lost their game, and Atlanta won theirs. So did Chicago. These two teams are getting hot at the moment, and they may be in contention for these last two spots. DC lost their game, so let's look at the results. Let's look at the results over the weekend. For the East, which obviously are the ones that impact our table, Montreal won 2-1 to New York Red Bulls. New York City 2-0 over Miami. New England 2-1 over Toronto. Atlanta 1-0 over LA. You would have thought that a team as good as LA was going to go get the win. That wasn't the case. We really, really, really needed these Western teams to take points away from Eastern teams, but I digress. Then you got Chicago winning over Columbus, Nashville over DC. So, to go back to the standings, the results that have been propping us up on the second position did not come through this past weekend. So, what this means is that this Wednesday, when we head out to Nashville, we definitely need to win. And this is what the table, or this is what our schedule is going to look coming up. Let me get us... Alright, so here we go. What's left of August sees us going to Nashville. This definitely has to be a result. This has to be a win or a tie. Then we are home against two teams not making playoffs and two teams that are consistently bad. Chicago, which we surrendered points against, and the consensus has been that it was just a bad lineup when we went to play them. We cannot surrender points to Chicago. We cannot surrender points to Miami. If we lose and we tie or lose any of these two games right here that I'm pointing to, we may see ourselves either out of playoff contention or at the very bottom of the table. These next 3 weeks are critical. And I'm going to add another monkey wrench to our season. The 25th, which is between these two games, between Chicago and Miami, this is the All-Star game. And guess who's going from Orlando City? Nani and Pedro Galese. So if these two cats go out there, 2 days later, they have to face Miami. That is super, super, super detrimental. Let me say that again. Super, super detrimental. I expect Pedro Galese to play 45 minutes. So I will assume that 2 days later he could be ready for Miami. Especially since he has to fly back from LA. Nani, on the other hand, may be a sub. And that's, to me, that is critical. Then we go to September, which is not an easy calendar. We have Columbus at home. We go to Atlanta. Columbus is not having the best moment right now. Atlanta is resurging. We'll see how these two games work out. Then you have Montreal at home. Then we go to Philadelphia. These are basically teams in contention or in the playoffs. So this September is going to be a make it or break it month. Then finally we meet New England. At New England. This has to be super critical. At this point, may not even matter because this was super critical if we were in the chase for a supporter shield, which I think is out of reach at the moment. It may be the rest of the season. Then we again go against Nashville, who probably is going to be breathing down our neck or vice versa. And then we go to October. DC at home, Cincinnati away, Montreal at home, New England at home, Columbus. Again, this game on the 24th may be critical for playoff hopes or supporter shield. And then you have Nashville at home. Again, these two teams right here, Columbus, Nashville, we may be fighting for our playoff life at that point. And then we're going to finish our season in Montreal, which who knows in what condition we may arriving at that game. So with that said, that's where we are right now. Not the best of conditions. I mean, like I said, what separates us from Columbus, which is at the bottom, is 25, 26, 6 points. That's 2 victories. What separates us from 8th place. That is not good. That is not good. We need to start putting some W's here in the column. What's fortunate and positive is we have a game in hand against everybody but New York City, 2 games in hand against New England, a game in hand over Columbus, Atlanta, Chicago. And now the bottom of the table is interesting because New York Red Bulls has played the same amount of games as us. Miami and Cincinnati have played 1 game less. And we have a game in hand over Toronto. So this week is super critical. As far as Orlando, like I was telling you guys, and went too far. As far as Orlando, next 2 games are critical. Actually, next 3 games to close the month, critical. Nashville this Wednesday away. Then the 21st, which is Saturday. So this Saturday we have Chicago at home, and then Friday we have Miami. That's what makes the MLS season so unpredictable. Hopefully we have some players coming out of injury and we can right the ship. But my PTSD with this club is starting to pop. Hopefully, you found some good on this video. And I'll see you guys later. Vamos Orlando.